What's good, everybody? I hope you are having a great weekend so far. I know tomorrow is Martin Luther King Day. Some of us have it off, some don't. For me, I'm one of the lucky ones that does have it off, and I'm thinking of just trying this pre-workout again because I honestly fell in love with it, and I'm still on it right now. I've been talking with the owner throughout my gym session, and I talked to him, I think it was like 3 times today. And honestly, it's just, I'm still feeling good on it. And it hasn't come down, maybe a little bit, but honestly, let's just jump into this because I'm going to be, I'm talking too much. So I want to give a big shout out to Dan at Toxic Masculinity Nutrition. Let me just try that one more time. Toxic Masculinity Nutrition.com. I'm going a little fast, sorry for that, because he sent over the new Pillager pre-workout. This is their V2. I'm calling it V2, but honestly, this is way better than the original version. I reviewed it, and if you haven't seen that review, I will drop it in the descriptions down below so you can go back and look at it. And this one, he did it up with the label. Look how sick it is compared to the other one. I believe the other one had like an Indian with the Indian warrior with the female next to it, but different color. And this one is like more of a barbarian coming out of the boat, ready to raid and pillage, basically. And honestly, this is just an amazing label. This is like night and day from the original one. So uh, I'm just gonna say it right now, Dan. You just did it up with the label. Looks fire, 3D pop and everything, and the matte finish as well with the gloss. The only issue that I think Dan had was with the label. For some reason, they gave him a small label for the first batches, but that one is getting fixed. And don't worry, guys, I'm not gonna like break my vision on this. I actually printed out the actual label that Dan sent me over. So let's jump into the flavor. Now, the Rocket Pop flavor that I got sent over, I was expecting something different in the sense of I tasted the Rocket Pop flavor for the original Pillager pre-workout. So I'm like, okay, it's going to taste similar to that or the same. And this one actually surprised me, and it tastes better in the sense of it tastes more natural, not so sugary, and it tastes more like a honeydew Rocket Pop flavor. That's what I got both times that I tried it, on Thursday and also today, Sunday. So for me, I like it. It goes down smooth, and for me, I give it a 10 out of 10. Slamming flavor, and honestly, I just want to sip on it, but you gotta down it because you gotta get to the gym. So for me, I took it down within like five swigs, and I was ready to go. So all in all, guys, this flavor, it gets a 10 out of 10 from me, stamp of approval. And honestly, I feel like this is the best Rocket Pop flavor I've tasted from multiple companies, because I did try the Vaso Max foam formula. They had the Rocket Pop flavor there as well. And it tastes very different compared to this one. So this is the best one I tasted so far. And I'm not capping, guys. If you don't believe me, I will literally send you a sample so you guys can taste this because it is slamming. Let's move on to the supplement facts, as Dan did send over the actual label that I actually printed out because, like I said earlier, there was some issues with the label. It kind of became a little miniature version here, but that was just for the first tubs. He's fixing that as we speak, or I believe he just fixed that the other day. I'm not sure, but I know he told me he's fixing this one. So for now, I'm gonna read off the paper and I'm gonna put it up here for you guys so you guys can get a bigger view and read along with me. So for the serving size, you are getting 1 scoop serving size. Yes, 1 scoop serving size. So we don't gotta worry about no halfies or you know, uh, 2 scoop, 1 scoop, 2 scoop. We're good to go. And the scoop size is 17.91 grams. And I have great news for you guys. Our flat level scoop is 18. So it is only over by 0.09. So basically, flat level scoop every single day of the week, 8 times a week. um, so I felt like throwing in that joke, man, because honestly, it's not a lot of companies that actually get the scoop right? And like always, I will put a picture right here. So as you can see, my digital scale is a flat level scoop at 18 grams. So we are good to go. And we are now getting 20 servings in this container. Now, I know other companies do 25 and 30, but remember, this is a high stim pre-workout with the goods. So you got to pay a little more for the goods. So honestly, 20 is more than decent, especially for the rest of the ingredients and how jacked up they are. So talking about that, let's get into them right now. Now we're getting some sodium chloride at 200 milligrams. We're getting some potassium citrate at 100 milligrams. We're getting some magnesium citrate at 50 milligrams. Some L-citrulline, pure L-citrulline at 6,000 milligrams. Now, for me, I'm not gonna do the whole thing like, hey, recommended dose is 10,000. You know, a lot of people talk about it in other channels, and for me, this is the label that the owner chose to put, and the amount of the ingredients in here. So, especially for L-citrulline, and you got to think about it, guys. When it's well sourced, you're gonna get good pumps, and actually, you can get good pumps on your own. Just you got to put in the work. So at 6,000 milligrams, my point is it's more than fair. Following that, we are getting some beta alanine at 3,200 milligrams. Now that is the recommended amount for you to get the benefits from the beta alanine, or the betas as we like to call them. And they give you the sense of urgency, but also help with the lactic acid buffering. And for me, the way I process it, because I am a little different. The moment I feel the betas, that means that the stims are on the way. That's the way I think about it. So I get a little bit more amped up once I start feeling the betas start kicking in. Now, following that, we are getting some betaine anhydrous at 2,000 milligrams. Now, betaine anhydrous is an ingredient that's supposed to amplify the effects and make all the stimulatory effects last a little longer. So I like to see that in here. And also, it adds a little oomph factor to a pre-workout. Now, we're getting some taurine at 1,000 milligrams, some L-tyrosine at 1,000 milligrams as well. So now the next ingredient is my favorite nootropic slash focus ingredient, because it does both things, and it is alpha GPC, healing at 50%, and we are getting it at 600 milligrams. And now that is a very hefty dose. Some companies do between 150 to 400. Not all dabble in that 500 and up realm, hitting 600 like right now, but some do. And I like seeing that there, and I like feeling the effects of it, especially at a high dose. And the reason for that is because sometimes we do get distracted while working out. Somebody passing by, girl, whatever, your phone, whatever it is, but this will keep you focused on the task at hand, whether you're doing arms, legs, whatever workout you're doing for the day. You are going to be on it, and you will get it done faster. And also, it does last longer. So when you leave the gym, if you're driving, you can actually focus on the road and be alert while you're headed home. Especially for me, if I take a pre-workout in the AM, I'm still waking up, even if I got the caffeine rush and all that. But it just adds to that focus. And I feel that I get home safer because I'm more alert as I'm maneuvering through the highways and all that. So that is a plus. Now, the next ingredient we are getting in here is some Panax ginseng at yielding 1% at 400 milligrams. Very different. Not a lot of companies use ginseng or Panax ginseng in their pre-workouts. So the next ingredient we are getting in here is some theobromine at 300 milligrams. Following that, we are getting some caffeine anhydrous, the energy that will be pushing us through our workout, at 300 milligrams. So right there is the cap for me for a high stim pre-workout, meaning 300 and up. I'm counting it as a high stim pre-workout no matter what. Now, following that, we're getting some L-theanine at 200 milligrams. And the next ingredient is another nootropic that will add to the stimulatory effect, make you feel good, put you in a good headspace. And some people might get into a little bubble depending on the how your body takes it. And the ingredient is Aurea genesis, but we are getting the Neuro PA version, which is, I believe, a trademark version of Aurea genesis at 200 milligrams. Now, following that, this is the ingredient everybody is here to find out whether we have it or not, and we do have it. It is the 2 amino, and we're getting it at 150 milligrams. So great amount. Now, following the 2 amino is the, sorry if I chop this up, is called uh, Shizardro. It is a berry extract at 100 milligrams. Now, that is the second ingredient in this Pillager pre-workout that is brand new to me. I've never seen it on another supplement. So kudos to Dan for introducing us to new ingredients that will benefit us and give us a stimulatory effect while we're in the gym. Following that, we're getting some more caffeine. If 300 milligrams of caffeine wasn't enough, we're getting some decaffeinated malate at 100 milligrams. Now, I believe that is the ratio on that is 75. The yield, I mean, is 75%. So we are getting 75 milligrams of caffeine. So stack that with 300, it is 375 milligrams of caffeine. So that is more than enough to get through your gym session. I believe you can get through a 1 hour and, like today, a 2 hour gym session with that amount. Now, the next ingredient we are getting is some Synephrine at 75 milligrams. I love seeing Synephrine in a pre-workout, especially with the 2 amino, because it gives you the fat burning. I like it because of the fat burning properties more than anything. And I did feel it in there, and I'm still feeling a little warm. Not as warm as I was feeling in the gym, but honestly, for that amount, is well sourced. Now, the next ingredient we are getting in here is some Bioprene, trademark name for black pepper extract at 10 milligrams. Now, that is for the absorption. And the last ingredient we are getting in here is some Wolfenstein Alpha Yohimbine at 2 milligrams. So, all my Alpha Yo lovers, all those people who love the yo-yo stack with the 2 amino and the Aurea, guess what? You got it right here on this new Pillager pre-workout V2. So that is the entire label, guys. All right, guys, so it's time to get into the effects of the new Pillager pre-workout by Toxic Masculinity Nutrition. Both times I tried it, Thursday for leg day, today for arms slash cardio. Um, the effect was similar in the sense of, okay, first 15 minutes you feel the betas, then they take a back seat within 5 to 7 minutes, and then out of nowhere, this, I'm going to warn you guys, this is kind of a creeper. So between that 17-minute time frame to, I would say, like 25, so we got like an 8-minute window around there, maybe 9 depending, if you're on a full stomach. And that you start feeling uh, not just the energy, you start feeling the focus, and then you start feeling that nootropic. Like I felt like a nootropic bubble more than anything. Like you just hover over you, and then you just feel like you're up there. Now, and the reason why I say it's a creeper is because between those like 8 to 9 minutes, you're just walking around and you're just like, okay, I'm waiting. I felt the betas. All right, what's next? And then out of nowhere, you're just like, your eyes open up, energy focus, boom. And then you're like, okay. And then your mood starts elevating ASAP. So it starts building from that moment. And for me, I felt like it continues to build at like around the 45-minute time frame. And then that's it, you're on. You're going to feel that way for the next couple hours. So that means that if you are hitting weights first, like myself, when I did legs, even though it's legs, but I use the weight machines for that, I was zoned in and everything, and I was going hard on the legs, and I did an hour. No, wait. correction, I did 45 minutes of legs, hit all the machines there, headed over to the treadmills where my brother was, and my brother was like, "Hey Harry, you look tired, you look exhausted. You want to call it?" And I'm like, "Really? I don't feel that way. I feel good, feel energized." And this is me talking like 6:45 ish, almost 7 in the morning after I woke up at 5:30 to walk my dogs and then head straight to the gym. So he was like, "You sure?" And yeah, and I finished off with some cardio. Still had energy, still had the focus and everything for the rest of the day, and the energy dwindled down. I think between like and the stimulants around 2 to 3 p.m. So I took this around 6 in the morning, and it lasted like to like 2 p.m. Give or take half an hour, whatever it is. But honestly, it felt the same way today, and I'm still buzzing right now. And it's already late in the afternoon. I took this around 12ish, and it's about to be 4:30, almost 5, well 4:45, and I'm still feeling the effects. It's not so strong as when I was in the gym. And talking about that, today when I was doing arms, I did an hour of arms. But I would say that I slid in a little bit of chest, and the only reason for that was because the gym was literally packed. So I had to wait to finish my arm workout for one machine, and I did the machine that was across, because across they had in my gym they have all the chest machines in front. So I was like, hey, let me hit some chest flies while I wait for the last machine, because it was the ISO one. So I don't know if your gym has it, but they're extended, and basically put your arms right here, and then you can do one by one or together, but they're an actual ISO machine for the bicep. And that's something that I do like, because it hits the core of the muscle, especially the inner one, so you can get that nice pop. um, so I did a total of 1 hour of weights, and then I headed over to do some cardio to calm down because I was going hard. And both days I felt some aggression, not too much, but an aggressive like DMHA hit, but nothing too hard that you're like, hey, I'm gonna punch this guy in the face. Nah, you're just gonna put that towards the weights, and with the energy and the riot and all these stimulants, it just has like a nice little bubble that you can hit whatever playlist, whether it's rock, hip hop, dance music. Like if you're Spanish like me, you listen to reggaeton, stuff like that. You can shuffle your playlist and go through different genres, and you will be feeling in the mood to work out no matter what. Now, the only difference that I would say is when you do play that rock, like Rob Zombie, Metallica, all that, stronger, like Korn and stuff, you will feel a little bit more amped up. So you will go a little harder. So I noticed that, especially today, I was listening to Rob Zombie, what was it, 1965, and I was going hard on the dumbbells, because I do the dumbbell sets. I extend it over the bench right there, and then I switch over to hammers. That's how I do just one set for that weight. So that is something that I noticed, and I was like, hold up, let me dial back a little bit on the rock and switch to a little hip hop. And then when the hip hop was a little bit got me a little bit too intense in the gym, I dialed it back with some Spanish reggaeton, just to calm down, because I noticed that my talking about the my blood pressure kind of, I mean, not my blood pressure, my heart rate went up, and I got to like 161, which is crazy. So that means I was burning a lot of calories aside from going hard in the gym. And I would say that both days, Thursday and today, I went hard and I felt amazing going to the gym. The only difference that I would say is that depending on the workout, is depending on how long you can last in the gym. So for me, when I did legs, I did 45 minutes of legs, and then the most I was able to do was about 20 minutes of cardio on the treadmill. But today I was able to do an hour of arms, and then I did over half an hour of cardio on the bike, and then I finished off on the treadmill. So that was the boost of uh, you doing different workouts with the new Pillager pre-workout. So for me, it gets my stamp of approval. and a great DMHA, 2 amino, whatever you want to call it, pre-workout with a nice nootropics and the alpha yo, and you will be feeling like a nice warm sensation. So you will, like, I felt a little bit warmer. Then I think it's the Cinefrin mixed with the black pepper and the alpha yo, because I was sweating more than usual. So guys, all in all, this is a great Stim Junkie package. I feel like everybody should have at least one tub for just to float around if you are a Stim Junkie like myself. Like if you got your cracks, you got your MVP threes, you got your those kind of pre workouts. This belongs right next to them, and this is going on the top shelf of the pre workouts up there next to Dark Labs. So if you do want to pick this one up, you can head over to toxicmasculinitynutrition.com, and Dan was gracious enough to give me a discount code to share with you guys, and it is PSR 15 for 15% off your entire order. So I suggest you pick yourself up a tub and whatever other products you get intrigued when you get on the website, because they have more than just this Pillager pre-workout. So I would pick up more than this. I believe they got pump formers and all that stuff, but I'll leave it up to you guys. And with that, guys, I'll leave you and I'll catch you on the next supplement review.